Pokemon Go is running the world. Walk through a city center or park this weekend, and you'll notice groups of people gathered around more engaged with their phone than usual. Occasionally, one of the phones will buzz. The owner of the phone will hold it up as if he's taking a photo, then with intense concentration and a dexterous flick of the finger, they hurl a virtual ball at a creature on the screen. This scene has been replicated countless times around the world. Within days of the game being released, it has already become a mega viral success. By the end of the game's first weekend in the US, the game had already been downloaded an estimated 7.5 million times. 2 days later, it shot up to 15 million. And that's just in America. The game hadn't even reached the good old Canada yet. Pokemon Go is now the fastest growing mobile game of all time, surpassing Flappy Bird. This game single-handedly increased Nintendo's stock market shares by over 15% in the span of 48 hours. With all the success Nintendo's gained from Pokemon Go, one must wonder, how? Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are other Pokemon games which had been out for nearly 2 years longer and have sold a measly 11 million in the span of 2 years, compared to Pokemon Go's 15 million in the span of 5 days. To be fair, Apple and Android devices greatly outsell 3DS's, but the numbers simply cannot be denied. 11 million in 2 years pales in comparison to 15 million in 1 week. You would come to expect similar numbers between the two Pokemon games, but that's simply not the case. The reason for that is that ORAS is played by Pokemon fans and Pokemon fans exclusively. Pokemon Go is played by just about everyone who has a mobile device nowadays. Pokemon Go has attracted not only Pokemon fans, but the general audience as well. The main reason Pokemon Go was able to accomplish this was because Pokemon Go promotes social interaction. Most video games promote sitting down and playing the video game without real exercise or going around and talking to other people. Pokemon Go forces you to go out to Pokemon stops or Pokemon gyms and interact with other people playing Pokemon Go. People are making new friends and or growing upon their friendships because of this. There are other video games where you play against other people such as Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart, but those aren't as easily accessible as Pokemon Go. But there are also other easily accessible video games such as League of Legends, but those lack the in-person social interaction that Pokemon Go brings. There's just a special feeling you get from gaming in person as opposed to online. Pokemon Go is also getting people to exercise and is actually becoming a legit safety hazard, but we won't talk about that in this video. As I previously mentioned, Pokemon Go has increased Nintendo's stock shares by 15% in less than a week. With this kind of growth, Nintendo will soon surpass its competitors. But that's assuming the growth stays consistent for the next couple months, which it won't. There are only so many people who can download Pokemon Go, so the growth will start to slow down eventually. But worst of all, Pokemon Go will die. Okay, probably not die, but its popularity will start to decline at some point. Every trend dies. Popular trends today are old trends tomorrow. People get tired, people get bored of things, and when people get bored of things, they move on. May it be because of the winter season discouraging certain people up in the northern hemisphere to go out? Or may it just be people getting tired of playing the game? Like it or not, there will come a time where people aren't as interested in playing Pokemon Go. Nintendo needs to keep the Pokemania going, or Pokemon Go will die. My recommendation is for Nintendo to wait a couple weeks after the game reaches its climax, then add a couple new features and a few new Pokemon and everyone will go crazy. Just like what they do with the actual games. They have to make the progress gradual. Don't just release all the Pokemon at once. They have to squeeze out every penny they possibly can. They should release new Pokemon generations every couple of months. And to get them even more money, they should give people who connect their Pokemon Sun and Moon accounts to their Pokemon Go accounts special awards like being able to catch the new Pokemon early. This will also help increase the 3DS and Pokemon Sun and Moon's sales. Nintendo should also hold special events where few people can get legendary Pokemon. Again, they should make this a gradual process. Release everything too early and everyone gets bored of it too quickly, but also releasing things too late and people might just lose interest before you release them. They have to find that good middle ground, which is usually right after the game reaches its peak of popularity. If Nintendo executes this perfectly and squeezes every possible penny out of Pokemon Go, Nintendo as a company will temporarily get back on their feet But this game alone, no matter how much money it makes, will not be able to completely pick Nintendo back up from its console failures. The reasoning behind that is because Nintendo is a video game developing company. Nintendo isn't a mobile game developing company. They invest most of their money in the video games and consoles they make. And despite how popular Pokemon Go may be, it won't be able to save their video game sales. Nintendo used to be a gaming giant with the rise of the innovative DS and Wii, which were something incredible for their time. But recent years have been less kind to the company. The strategy behind the Wii and DS was pioneered by the genius president Satoru Iwata. The goal was to stop competing against the dedicated gamers that Sony and Microsoft were going after, but instead go after the general audience, which greatly outnumbers the dedicated gamers. While successful at first, casual gamers moved away from Nintendo consoles onto smartphone and tablet apps. Suddenly, much of Nintendo's target audience was playing Angry Birds and Candy Crush as opposed to Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. The follow-ups to the Wii and DS, the uninspiring Wii U and 3DS, have been critical and commercial disappointments. However, with the rise of Pokemon Go, it looks as though Nintendo is once again recapturing the attention of their target audience. Nintendo has succeeded. Kind of. Like I said before, Nintendo puts most of their money in their video games rather than their mobile games. So the fact that their mobile games are doing well doesn't necessarily save the company that primarily focuses on video games. So how is Nintendo going to increase their console sales? This is the fun part of the video. This is where I get to share my opinion. Times have changed since the Wii and DS era. Casual gamers are playing on smartphones, while hardcore gamers are playing on consoles. Not just any console, but consoles dedicated to hardcore gamers. In my opinion, Nintendo should attack the casual audience by making innovative mobile games like they did with Pokemon Go. And they should attack the hardcore gamers on their consoles. I no longer think it's possible to get the casual gamers to play on the consoles. Nintendo clearly attacks the casual audience more than the hardcore audience, so they should make more mobile games. As for consoles, I think Nintendo should attack the hardcore gamers they left behind. Instead of making all these innovative and sometimes crazy ideas to attract casual viewers, they should let the casual audience stick to what they're comfortable with and just make games on their preferred platform. Nintendo's console upgrades should just be a couple features and spec upgrades. It works well for their competitors and nobody's complaining about those consoles, so why not Nintendo do the same? Nintendo's consoles are sold almost exclusively because of their first-party games. If they had the third-party support Microsoft and Sony have, Nintendo would match, if not exceed, their competitors. Third-party companies don't want to make games for Nintendo consoles because first of all, the Wii U doesn't really sell very well. Second of all, developers would have to do a lot more programming because of the gamepad, which will also cost them more money. And third of all, the Wii U specifications just aren't on par with the Xbox One and PS4. So again, they'll have to do more programming to make sure the Wii U can handle the game, and also that would cost more money and more development and more time, and again, the Wii U isn't really selling very well, so there isn't really any reason for the third-party companies to accommodate for the Wii U. But just think about it. The Wii U has sold over 13 million, relying completely on first-party games. If they had the third-party games the PS4 and Xbox One had, there would be almost no reason to pick those consoles over the Nintendo consoles. So in summary, I believe that if Nintendo had the third-party support Xbox and PlayStation had, they would rival, if not succeed, their competitors. It's just too bad Nintendo looks like they're doing the exact opposite of what I'm saying. Me and Nintendo clearly don't see things the same way, but hey, I'm just some teenager talking to himself in his room. They honestly couldn't care less about what I think. If the NX doesn't succeed, which sadly is what I'm predicting, I would recommend Nintendo to stop making consoles, as at that point, they would have permanently tarnished their name in the console race. They should go the Sega route and just make games. Think about it, nobody's denying the fact that Nintendo makes the best games out there. It's just that their consoles suck. Imagine if Super Smash Bros. Was made on the PS4. Just imagine that. Yeah, it's crazy just thinking about it. It's just too bad Nintendo's pride will never let them go that route. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I enjoyed every second of making this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching every second of this video. We're about to hit 9,000 subscribers, so I'm gonna start a little contest here. Go to this website called livecounts.com, press Dr. Apolly, and wait till I get 9,000 subscribers. The first person to send a screenshot of me hitting over 9,000 subscribers gets the request for my next video. Well, like any realizable request, not like go jump off a plane, go give me $1 million, just anything realizable. The rules are that you first must be subscribed to my channel, you must follow me on Twitter, and you must send me the screenshot of me getting over 9,000 subscribers through Twitter. I'll be there watching the moment I hit 9,000 subscribers. So all you people that are gonna like recode the website, I'm watching as soon as they hit 9,000 subscribers, so that's not gonna work. The first person to tweet me wins. So say someone catches me at 9,002 and you catch me at 9,001. If the person who catches me at 9,002 tweets me first, he will win as opposed to the guy who got 9,001 and tweeted later on. So you just gotta be ready whatever time of the day it is. And remember,
I'll be watching.
Anyway, that'll be it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!